welcome back to Life on Cars. Hope you're all well. Now in today's hidden features episode, which is number 6, we're going to do a quick video all about the vehicle identification number and the hidden secrets that are within that number. Now it's something I've always enjoyed doing, is deciphering the V.I.N and finding out some things about the vehicle. And there is something intriguing on my V.I.N number as well, which has me slightly baffled. So let's find out what that is and take a closer look at the V.I.N. Let's go. Putting the V.I.N behind the glass is a common thing now that you see on vehicles. It never used to be like that. Quite often the V.I.N number would be stamped into the chassis. I think I mentioned in the video when we were doing all about buying a used Jaguar XK, it is nice to check to see if all the original stickers are in place on the vehicle. And for me, that's one of the interesting things, is looking for various logos, stickers, dates of manufacture and things like that. And the V.I.N code is another one that interests me. If you look hard enough, you will find all sorts of identification logos and V.I.N numbers on your vehicle. And it is good to see them without any overspray or any damage, because that normally tells you that there hasn't been any paint work in the area that the logos exist. This is always a handy one on the door there, giving you tyre pressure information. So I've just opened the passenger side door here in the UK, or the near side door, and I'm going to focus on this sticker here, which is the main information sticker for this Jaguar. So what's interesting about a V.I.N number then, or vehicle identification number? Well, it can tell you quite a lot of interesting things. It can tell you the time and place that the car has been created. It'll have information hidden in here about the spec of the car, the design of the car, features of the car. So it's quite interesting. It's a bit nerdy, I know, but it's quite interesting to decipher the V.I.N code. So let's get into it. And there's quite a lot to go through on this. So we're going to start off with those 3 letters there, SAJ. So the SAJ is known as the World Manufacturer Identifier, and every manufacturer of cars has a different code at the start of the V.I.N. And SA to SM is typically designated to UK manufacturers, and Jaguar have got SA. They also have the J afterwards as well. So if you're looking at a British manufactured vehicle, you will see SA to SM for those first 2 letters. To give you another example, if it was a Toyota, it would have JT. Toyota was designated J, which is handy because a lot of them are made in Japan, and then T for Toyota. Cars made in Asia have JR as the first 2 letters. So you can see where I'm going with this. VW is WVW. So depending on the manufacturer, they have their own special designated 3 letters. Now sometimes they use a number. So Ford of America have 1 as an identifier. So Ford is actually 1FA for the starting 3 letters. And in actual fact, depending on the manufacturer in America, you could have a 1, a 4 or a 5 as a starting number. Interestingly, for the Jaguar models, the I-Pace, the E-Pace and the F-pace, they all start with SAD, SAD. So there you go, the first three letters unique to the manufacturer of the vehicle. So we've done SAJ, we know that's Jaguar. What about the next number then, A? Well, what that tells us is that this is designated for a European 4-airbag vehicle. Now, if you have got a vehicle, if you're watching from the USA, then you might find that that has a D. So it would be SAJD. And if it was Canada, that letter there would be an F, interestingly. And it's just designating the airbag standard, from what I understand. Next letter, C. Well, that tells us that this is automatic and it's a right-hand drive vehicle. If it was an A, it would be left-hand drive. So obviously mine is right-hand drive. It's for the UK, so it has a C. The next two numbers there, 43. What they're telling us is the vehicle is an X150 coupe. So it's the coupe, that's the code there, 43 for a coupe. If it was a convertible, that would be 44. There is a P, which is the 4.2 engine, naturally aspirated, and it's stage 4 for the emissions. So I'd be interested to know from you guys, if you've got an XKR, does that letter change? I'm guessing it will. It must be a different letter for the supercharger model. But for mine, it's a P, which is the 4.2 naturally aspirated engine. The next number, which could be anything from 0 to 9, is what they call a check number. So it's a number that is used as part of the printing of the V.I.N, I believe. Now the next number, 7, that's an interesting one for me. This car is a 2006 56 registered car here in the UK. However, that number there means it's a 2007 model year. So the VIN number is saying it's a 2007, but the car was registered in 2006. Yeah, so the interesting thing for me about that 7 is, according to some sources that I've read about on the internet, there are some cars that have a 6 in there. Again, I would appreciate your help on this if you do own a early XK, because it does have me slightly interested that this is showing a 7 on mine, although my car was registered in 2006. So yeah, that's me slightly baffled, that one. Now then, we've got a 5 next. Now the 5 tells us that this car was built in Castle Bromwich in the United Kingdom for the 4.2 litre model. Now Castle Bromwich is the factory which has a lot of history in the UK. You can trace the roots back to building Spitfires in that factory. In fact, I think the factory built just over 12,000 Spitfires at Castle Bromwich, and it's still on the go today. In fact, you can actually book yourself on a tour of the factory. I believe it currently costs £49 British pounds to do the factory tour, but yeah, that factory was designated to Jaguar, or taken over by Jaguar, in 1977. And then when Ford became a part of Jaguar, Ford owned the factory in 1990, and then Tata in 2008 when it became JLR. So yeah, that number 5 is quite significant, and I believe all the XKs were built at Castle Bromwich right up until the XK stopped production in 2014. But I think the tooling and everything, a lot of the tooling that they built and used for manufacture of the XK is, or was still used for the F-Type up until just recently. So then finally, this is quite an interesting one as well. This is the production number or the sequence. So this is the B09525. That number there is the numbers of vehicles that are coming off the production line, and this one is 9525 or 09525. So it'd be interesting. I know some of the early XKs had quite a much lower number than that, so I'd be interested to hear from you guys what number yours is, because mine's a fairly early car, as you can see from the number in there, but I bet there's some out there that have got much lower number. So anything else interesting on here? Well, so this number here, 2035 kilogram, is the gross vehicle weight. And what that means is that's the weight of the car and the maximum load that it can carry. So passengers, luggage, etc. That's the maximum weight, including the car, that this vehicle is designed to carry. And then you've got your axle weights here. So the maximum permitted weight on the front axle and the rear axle of the vehicle. And now these ones here are quite useful. So that's the paint code there. So depending on the colour of your vehicle, you'll have a different 3-digit code there. So this is PEF. Now PEF in Jaguar speak is Midnight Black Metallic, which is the colour of my vehicle. And then there's a trim code there that you would probably quote if you were needing to order something from the dealer as part of the trim on the vehicle. And LEG actually translates to warm charcoal, which is referring to the colour of the leather inside the car. So you guys watching from America, I think you might have also, or instead of, a barcode label that goes on here. Interestingly, if your car was made for the North American market or the Canadian market, you will have a slightly different layout on this ID sticker. I'll see if I can find a picture of the different layout and I'll pop it into the video. Well, there we go then, a breakdown of the VIN number. Hope you enjoyed that quick little video there. And if anyone's watching who has one of the early XKs that was registered 55 plate in the UK, or if you've got a 2006, 2007 car, I'd be interested to know what number you have in your VIN code. Do you have a 7, the same as me? That would be quite interesting to find out. So yeah, drop me some comments. In the meantime, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you again on Sunday, where I'll be getting the spanners out again. I have another mechanical job that needs doing on the XK, so I'll see you then, and thanks for watching. Bye bye now.